Concerning the new release iOS 4.2 and also some additional application that has been released recently, like Skyfire for iOS 4. So we can say iPad and Samsung Galaxy Tab have four things in common. They both support multitasking, flash, they have almost identical in terms of the screen resolution, and also the processor speed of both of them almost identical. The iPad is better than Samsung Galaxy Tab because it has bigger screen. It has LED technology with plane switching mode that allow you to get wider viewing angle up to 178 degree. Whereas the Samsung screen uses very old type of technology called TFT LCD and the size is only 7-inch. But the resolutions of the screen for the Samsung is better because the screen is smaller. Okay, and in terms of the OS, iPad gives you 4 times more OS available throughout the world. Due to millennials website, they have shown the result 57% of app developers in the world tends to make apps for the iOS, okay? But for the Android, it has only 36%. So in terms of availabilities of the OS, the iOS is better, okay? And it has a brighter future, okay? In terms of storage capacity, the iPad is better. You got up to 64 gigabytes, whereas the Samsung Galaxy gives you only 32. But there is some tricks in that, because if you just bought the 16 gigs of Samsung Galaxy, there is a slot, it's called micro SD slot that allow you to increase the memory by yourself up to 32. But if you buy the iPad, you have to think and decide clearly because the memory is fixed. Okay, and the batteries of the iPad last even longer than the Samsung Galaxy. You goes for the iPad, you got 10 hours, but for Samsung Galaxy, you got 7 hours. Okay, but on the contrary, the Samsung Galaxy Tab is better than the iPad because, firstly, you can increase the storage so it's more flexible, and secondly, the system RAM, not the storage RAM, but the system RAM is 2 times bigger than the iPad. So it might be better if you want to do multitasking to buy the Samsung Galaxy Tab. Okay, and fourthly, the Samsung Galaxy Tab has camera up to 3.2 pixel densities. Okay, 3.2 million pixel density. So, but the iPad doesn't have any camera, but the Samsung has 2 camera. Okay, and also the Samsung is a phone. You can make a phone call. Okay, whether to use Bluetooth headphone or use any regular earphones and everything. Okay, and also the Samsung Galaxy Tab has USB and it has micro SD card slot. Okay, so comparing, I mean, concerning any of these several factors, and also the weight, the Samsung Galaxy Tab is lighter up to 2 times compared to the iPad. Okay, so I'm not gonna judge. You judge by yourself from my raw informations. But concerning Pubate One Mac Buying Tips channel, I would give you my verdict. So here's my verdict. If you want to buy someone a present, might be elderly person or someone you love as your father, your grandparents, or even your kids, the iPads give you much simpler interface for the OS and much easier to learn compared to the Android system. Okay, and there are numbers of games that are available for iPad but not for Android, which is Samsung. Okay, so if you're trying to figure out what to buy for the upcoming Christmas, I would suggest the 8 gigabytes or sorry, the 16 or 32 gigabytes for the iPad. And if you are Apple fans, if you have MacBook Pros or iMac, I would suggest you should buy the iPad right away. Don't even think about getting the Samsung Galaxy because it will not be fully integrated between Unix and Visual Basic Windows. Okay. What about Samsung Galaxy? I think Samsung Galaxy is a great product for first, if you need a combination of graphic tablet or computer tablet and phones, it's a telephone. It's a combination of iPad or Kindles and phone. Okay. And secondly, it's very small and light. Okay. Weighing around 0.8 pounds, whereas the iPad gives you 1.6. So almost half the weight. And thirdly, for someone who seems to uh, familiar with the Windows-like interface compared to the Mac-like interface, and if you might think, well, you don't really like any of those applications, you don't play game, you don't like apps to search for the nearest restaurants or travel apps or something. In terms of values, Galaxy might be better value compared to the iPad. So, thanks for watching.